Here are some key quotations for Fred Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. Firstly, Fred is the nephew of Scrooge, and he can be seen as the foil to Scrooge's character because he represents everything that he is not. He can be seen as the mouthpiece of Dickens because he, like Dickens, wants to make people feel responsible for one another, and he shows us the importance of things like family, of forgiveness, of accepting ideas of change, Christian values, and just being charitable. When he enters Scrooge's counting house in Stable 1, he's described as being all in a glow. His face was ruddy and handsome, his eyes sparkled, and his breath smoked again. The positive language used to describe Fred shows us his warm personality. This contrasts heavily to the description of Scrooge at the beginning of the novella, where the words link to him being cold. Dickens describes how Fred's eyes sparkled, showing us his excitement and joy for life. This contrasts to Scrooge, who's described as having red eyes. Sparkled also links with the ghost of Christmas presents, who's described in a similar way, and showing us that they both embody the Christmas spirit. By saying that his breath smoked again shows us that his warmth is able to dispel the cold. During his conversation with Scrooge, he describes Christmas as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable and pleasant time where men and women open up their shut-up hearts freely. The use of the list here shows us all the positive things that should come with Christmas. Dickens doesn't focus on the religious origins of Christmas here and focuses more on Christian ideals that we should hopefully try to adopt to show kindness and forgiveness towards one another. So he mentions how men and women open up their shut hearts freely. Here he's referencing those who are more fortunate, people a bit more like himself, who have the means to help the poor, but most of the time of the year they choose to ignore them. So here he's seeing Christmas as a time where these people at least show compassion and charity towards those members of society who need it. The Ghost of Christmas Present takes Scrooge to see Fred and his family celebrating Christmas. Although they're making fun of him, Fred says, "I mean to give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or not, for I pity him." This shows us his persistence and determination to continue to give his uncle a chance, even though he's rejected every single time. By saying that he pities him shows that Fred is an empathetic person and shows us how maybe he recognises that there are factors behind his self-imposed isolation, maybe his early childhood or the grief of losing his sister. At the end of the novella, Scrooge goes to Fred's Christmas dinner and it says, "Let him in, it's a mercy that he didn't shake his arm off." The use of the hyperbole and exclamation marks shows his excitement to see his uncle at his house and shows that he doesn't even question his reason for him being there or the reason for his change. He's just happy that he's there. Fred's character shows us the importance of family and forgiveness and shows us how the young at the time were more accepting of change.